Interview for today. You're always confusing somebody. See, I've seen prophets that will pray for you. Your matter, you need prayer. You need prayer. You're always confusing.
I know them.
Entertain us now.
Very good client. Mama say as Rogolo. As Rogolo.
Come and pray for me. He hold me money.
Mr. Frank.
He hold me money.
Hey! You said that word. What did you say there?
Prophet.
And they are entertainers. They are comedians.
You're not prophet. Are you not prophet? Pray for him. He owe me money.
He owe you money.
He owe me money. Yes, he owe me money.
Jerele does not need to kneel down. Hey. You know why? Because your issue is beyond kneeling down. We will kneel down your behalf.
See the way MMM. Only care for a second. MMM. Care for a second. MMM. MMM. Oshe. Moji. Moriam. Muhammad. Mr. Mrs. Mistress. Torí pé ẹ mú bẹ̀rẹ̀ orúkọ. Torí ẹ mú bẹ̀rẹ̀ orúkọ. Òṣèmẹ̀mẹ̀. Máa ṣe lọ. Otale. Otamaruwa. Ogo. Oteju. Ogo. Oteku. Ogo. Otatoki. Ogo. Otadire. Ogo. Otomodo. Ogo. Otara ẹ. Ogo. Gbọ́ mi sà. TMM bá crash. One can read black box MMM.
Okay. You understand? Kneel down. If you have problem, you will kneel down. But if you have multiple compiled problems, pastor will kneel down for you. Yeah. So we are kneeling down for you. I saw 4 species of your
Pay me my money.
Oh God. Number 1 problem. Oh God. They call it falafolo. Falafolo. And this is what I saw for you.
You owe me money. Season 1, season 2.
Sorry, even you go, something is doing you too much.
I tell you.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Flag ball.
Myself.
There's bow tie and tie bow.
Something wrong with it.
The power have collected bow tie from your hand. They now gave you tie bow. It's for suicide.
See your life in the open.
I'm even saying to this man.
See your life in the open.
Collabo with them.
Frank, you're not tomorrow. The vision is not for you. The vision I'm seeing towards you.
You collabo.
I saw an exchange of glory. God. That means.
You see, foreign exchange. I tell you, foreign exchange.
What's wrong with foreign exchange?
Last, they say foreign exchange.
No, they say exchange of glory. You wore your singlet as short, and you wore your short as singlet.
We've been laughing.
You can't stop really. Laughing. The point there is, it looks like they're just playing and having fun. But if you look with the third and fourth eye, a lot of monies are flowing into the banks for all of that playing and all of that.
Indeed. And then what is quite instructive is that, yes, they make Nigerians laugh, they make people laugh, but then they pass across some serious messages that if you look beyond the comedy, if you look beyond the laughter, some serious issues have been discussed in the process.
Now we have 2 comedians in the studio with us to discuss the money-spinning art of comedy.
Yeah.
Wole Arole. Did
Arole.
I get Arole? What got me close to you first, or what hooked me is the oh God.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh God.
All Nigerians are saying oh God.
And we also have Frank Donga with us in the studio. It's nice to see you guys. It's really good morning, I must say. And Happy New Year. How was your celebration?
Awesome, great. You know, it was great.
All right, Wole, let me start with you.
I'm just laughing. I can't stop laughing.
Oh God. Now, what I know when you started up, you know, going to school and all of that, I guess comedy wasn't your original objective or idea. How did you find yourself here?
Actually, I had the talent of comedy when I was young. I used to make people happy, but everything started in 100 level because I went to the best university in the world. I love to say it wherever I have opportunity. The only school that Nelson Mandela said my greatest regret when I was about to die was I didn't attend this school. That's the only school Barack Obama said, even though for this school that I attended, I wouldn't have been the president of America. This is the only school that has produced over 40 national presidents. This is the only university that
40 national presidents?
40, yes, 40. Okay. Wow. 40. I mean,
hold up, we cannot allow lie on this program.
Please, let me tell you something. They are interviewing me. They will not block your glory. Sir. Yes, sir. So I went to the best of the best.
Okay.
People watching, I don't feel like say, sir, let me tell you this. I had this
what
experience.
Is the university?
Sir, let me just say, I had this experience. Please, it's not your life. Now, I had this experience, sir. I wanted to travel out of Nigeria. My first trip to America. And I got there. It has not happened before. That's the biggest ever. I got there. The only question the white lady asked me, which university did you finish from? Okay. And I said the name of my school without a visa. Listen, sir, with no passport. Listen, sir. Okay. I've not even got the passport.
In
I just went.
Nigerian university?
Yes, sir. Just wait, man. Just wait, man. Okay. No passport, no visa, and she gave me 20 years.
Frank is looking at you.
Let me tell you, he's not been prison. He to travel to America. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to Oba Awon University. I'm talking about Obafemi Awolowo University of the greatest different. I don't joke with it.
So it's all you want to call.
Please,
You have to waste all the Nepal life and then this would have born you.
So it started for me in 100 level while in school. So my friends just told me, guy, you're funny. I just gathered them in my room, crack jokes for them. So they told me, man, you've got an incredible talent. So everything started for me while in the university.
So it wasn't really an escape plan. It was just something you stumbled upon.
Yeah, something natural for me.
Natural.
Normally, even in class, I will have something to say that will just destabilize the whole class, make the lecturer
Destabilize.
You didn't study it in school.
All right, Frank. Frank.
study my study.
Frank.
Yes, good, Danny.
Okay, yeah. I want to know how you started off, really. Was it the same thing for you? Was it an escape plan, something you stumbled upon, or something you consciously worked on?
Or you went to the university too?
Which university?
Okay.
Sir, let me let university. There's no between an advanced secondary.
Don't enter my time.
They will not enter your time.
Okay.
All right.
Wait for your time.
Time.
Your time.
It's Frank's time now, so.
Finish.
Oh, God.
29 years.
2018.
This is my time.
That's your time.
Me, I use a different approach.
Yes,
Everybody
I
target
know.
his own different approach.
That's it.
I went to the university that if you are privileged to go to the university, just know that your own is settled. Like,
That's what
I
I'm
won't
saying.
waste
That's it.
time.
Looking
You
for
don't
job.
use to
That's why
waste
it's looking for
time.
jobs.
Don't
That's
waste
true.
time.
No, it's a job seeker.
It's
Employee.
Okay. OOU.
Don't confuse it. It's not OAU.
You
Okay.
understand? What's the
His
full
own
name?
is
Let them
OOU.
hear.
Yours is OOU.
It's a university that doesn't reach any level. That's the one that has full name. This one, you don't need full name.
Okay.
Are you sure either of you didn't go to IOU instead?
He doesn't know the meaning.
That was what I'm saying. You want to go more?
But I've always loved making people happy, and I love seeing people smile. It was almost accidentally for me getting into the whole comedy business. I would do impressions of my lecturers in school, and my classmates will laugh about it. You know, I won't say I'm the serious type. Even while working seriously, I always like to have fun and crack people up. You know, just life is too short. Why not be happy while you're doing what you're doing? You know, and I wanted to send a message out about poor interview skills that I noticed with a lot of young people after 5, 6, 7 years in school, plus extra years of strike or carryover. Then people will now go to job interviews, and you discover that people have low self-esteem, lack of preparation, just ignorance or fear, you know, and then they will fumble in the interview. So I just wanted to let young people know that you can do better job interviews, because that's where you have to put your best foot forward. But instead of writing a book, organizing a seminar or a retreat or a campaign, I thought, you know, let me make myself the person I don't want you to become. And that was how the whole Frank Donga thing, and it was started with an online series called The Interview. And, you know, I tried to tell people, don't do this, don't dress like this, don't, you know, general preparation and packaging, that we call it, for job interviews. And that was started. The first one went out, a blog picked up the second one, it went viral, and I just discovered people liked it. I can't really say why they liked it or why they like what I still do. But as long as you guys are happy, we're all happy together.
Why not? All right. Now, let's play some of your skits. Some of those things on social media that make people go wild and make people go gaga for what you do. All right, our producers will play that now, and then we come back on this.
Forward ever, backward never, for any culture, Spartans royal, great event, I love you, there's only one great event in the universe, another great event, it's a catapult, great, and the greatest oh yeah, sing the squad them of Akoka. Ayeleo, Benny. We got Arole and Ashiri in the keke. Let's shake this keke. Hey, blow the whistle. We'll be back. Destroy the terminator of the motor. Is it you that will buy another terminator? The gasket is in your car. Terminator go. Masturbate boys. Wait. I even saw something now. What is wrong with the fallopian tube of the car? Fallopian tube motor. I saw the whole place now. Motor here, lovely. You know, she fallopian tube motor. Wow, offense. Wow, he's our landlord. I will beg him.
Willie, yeah, you can't stop
really.
laughing. When I follow all those things on social media sometimes, and it's really, it makes my day sometimes. But Willie, let me come to you on this. When it comes to how much money is in this industry, remember in the last dispensation, the last government, Jonathan, he was looking into giving monies and grants to the entertainment industry. You are in now, as the case may be. We've seen concerts, we've seen stand-up comedy, we've seen movies and all of that. Are we ripping enough from the entertainment industry?
First off, I think you have two questions and I will answer them. First, there's a lot of money.
Okay.
like enormous money, money that is worth enough to drive an economy, money that is worth enough to build a system, money that, you see, there's something about the entertainment industry, which I'm going to take generally. You see, there's something in it that is beyond what people think. It's an avenue that creates opportunity for people. It's an employment platform. Let me give an example. Now, if you're having your wedding, as an event planner, there are other people that will get employed that weekend just because you're having an event. Now, consider the person that will do the caterer. Consider a girl in the university that will be an usher that's meant to be doing something else. Maybe just roaming about the street. Consider the guy that will be the MC. Consider the guy that will be the band person.
CNN did the report on that.
So now, it's when you break it down, you realize that it's a chunk of money that flows into different segments. You know, it's like a pool. It's like a source that has different distribution channels. And one thing, I think we've not even harnessed it enough for me. I think there's still much about it. That is why you see brands now, they are engaging entertainers just to drive. We have traction. We have influence. There is traffic. We are beyond just who you think you are. You see an actor talk about ills in the society and people want to listen to them. So we have voices. Beyond the money, there's a lot of prestige to that work. As a comedian, as an entertainer, as a skit maker, as a movie director, movie producer, an actor, you are a voice. People want to listen to you. You are influencing character. We are building values. You are building system. We are structure. There's rarely anything that will happen that you will not have entertainment in it. Either the church, either the mosques, either in politics. You can't take it out because that is the option of the people. When people are down, when people are not excited, when what we expect is not what we are having. You know, there is a place you fall back to. Let me laugh. Let me relax. Let me listen to some good music. So I feel there's still more to it that we need to harness. There's still more to it that the government needs to see. Let me give an example. Now, Lagos, they did one Lagos, which was a very good concert. They had it for like 5 to 6 days. And I had the governor say that, do you know that crime rate during that period reduced? Why? Those boys that were meant to be picking pockets, those boys that were meant to be doing stuff, those boys that were meant to be raping, gathered at a particular center and were enjoying their favorite music artist. Can you see that now?
Yes.
Can you see what is
that was
happening
a
to the economy?
relief to security agencies at that time.
Okay, so Frank, let me bring you in at this point. Yes, we've seen that comedy really is a money spinner in Nigeria, and it's so easy these days with the help of the social media that many don't even need to organize concerts to become popular anymore. All you need to do is be consistent and work at what you do on the social media. People will share, like, and then you become popular. Someone said, and some people have said it, that comedians somehow, yes, Nigerians pay a lot of money to laugh because there is nothing that makes them laugh on one side. But comedians somehow have made Nigerians to have an escape route from the reality, and that is not even helping the country because they are not acting as they are supposed to change their condition, because once they listen or watch you guys, they are okay at the moment.
Well,
do you believe so too?
Well, it's a yes and no situation, you know, because it's like you can't have the positive without the negative. On the good hand, you don't want suicide rate to increase. You don't want violent crimes to increase. You don't want social ills and you know, different kind of adverse things that can come from depression, from economic downturn, to hit the people that hard. So comedians have that role of being a buffer between your reality and what it could be. So yes, you could say on that hand they're helping. Yes, on the other hand, I think comedians also, we also have a responsibility, because all over the world, in some more developed societies where people can take jokes more readily, where political satires will not land you in prison or as a victim of, you know, witch hunting by of law enforcement or political class. Such things could be a tool to prick people's conscience to do what is right. So this is what I'm saying. What a musician might sing about in a certain way and get into trouble for, what a human rights activist might say, and it's going to fall on the sensitive part of people's hearts, a comedian can say with humor and let you know, jokingly, and put it together. And we have successful shows all over the world. One of them is what Trevor Noah is doing in the US, you know, all the way from South Africa right to the US. You know, he hits on certain issues that make you think, oh wow, that was funny, but after laughing, you're like,
yeah,
but wait a minute.
some messages.
Yeah. So I think personally, and I think that's something that unites all comedians all over the world, not just in Nigeria, together. We know the point, we see the challenges, the problems in the society, you know, but we look for the humor angle to deliver the message. Even the people we're talking to most times will laugh before they realize that was a shade on me, right? No, was that was that for me or against it? That was, by that time we would have laughed. And so hopefully it's a kind of medication that lands with that comes with the sweet taste first, then the message, the strong message.
All right, let me, Wole, let me talk about the issue of packaging and structure. Well, he just mentioned Trevor Noah now. He started, small in this country, in Johannesburg and all of that, moved to the US and so on. There's so many others. But Alibaba, who is like the grandfather of comedy in Nigeria, I see that he's doing something to ensure that he gets all of these people together. But when it comes to comparison between what Nigeria is doing, the structure, the packaging, where people, there's a registration, there's a sequence, there's seamlessness in the industry where people understand you want to deal with comedians, there's a structure you have to go
association?
Yeah, and all of that. What is really going on? What's the synergy between all of you guys doing all of this things?
First off, for comedians, I don't really know much about musicians. I think we have a good understanding of each other. There's a good relationship. That's why you see a young comedian want to do a show and you see the likes of Alibaba come, Sheyilo, they come to support.
Like the solidarity?
Yeah, it's amazing. Alibaba had the show January 1st. Nearly all the comedians in Nigeria were there. I was there. It was a wonderful time. There's something he's doing for the upcoming artists, which is Alibaba, seriously. I just feel that our industry is moving gradually. I'm sure those different countries too. There were some people that really started comedy, the likes of the Charlie Chaplin, and it's something that's been processed. It take years, you can't remove growth from time. It's not possible. The structure is forming. New ones are coming in. We are meeting the grand ones out there. So I think these things are beginning to put in place. Like Alibaba, when he did the show, he had a directory, like a name of how you can get artists and all of how you can get comedians, their phone numbers, the MCs, event planner have names of MCs they want to call for weddings. So I think it's gradual. We're moving to that extent. And Nigerian comedy is becoming exportable. Okay. It's now becoming an exportable value because it carries culture and value. Now, as a comedian from Nigeria, I've been to London and to Dublin. And when I get there, people want to know about my culture. How do people in Nigeria reason? So I'm an ambassador of a culture. I'm an ambassador of a value system. I'm an ambassador of where I'm coming from. So people know that, okay, Arole is from Nigeria. Now, as in Nigeria, he's a comedian. Now, look at Baskema, for example. He's been to Comedy Central. That's the second biggest comedian in Africa after Trevor Noah. He's been to Tanzania. He's shared the value of Nigerian system, the food we eat, how we greet ourselves. So we're projecting this country in a good way. Beyond crime, beyond drugs, beyond what people think it is. And I think we're moving well.
Now, yeah, we understand that comedy is a serious business, that you make people laugh, but then a lot goes into getting materials. Or is it very easy? And then there is the challenge of going for a show. For example, a popular comedian could get like 10 shows, and a loyal follower could attend all the 10 shows. And then so it behoves on the comedian now to have so many comedy or so many
jokes,
jokes, that's the word. Yeah, content, to deliver and then still make that follower be interested in such person. So is it challenging really getting materials to talk about?
I'm sure you also want to answer that question, but I would just, there's nothing you do that doesn't have its peculiarities or challenges. I'm sure even your career, your field, there are challenges there. So what you need to do to just make sure you're in the game for as long as possible, you are always fresh, is to make sure you're constantly redefine yourself. You constantly add to yourself. Sometimes in the music world, you do collaborations, you do fusions, you change style a little bit. So you just have to stay fresh. But content, as far as content goes, there's definitely a little bit of pressure. But if you are gifted in it, if you are gifted, and most of it comes effortlessly to you. And like I always tell a lot of young comedians, the best way to get materials, for especially when it comes to comedy, is to make sure you are in tune with the society, the environment you are living in. Because primarily, those are the first set of people that are going to be the benefactors of whatever content you are putting out. Yes, most definitely, there will be some kind of pressure, but we try not to let it get to us because we're in the business of making people happy. So despite what we feel, we still have to put nice on people's faces with the best of what we can do. What do you think, Arole?
Amazing. Yeah, he has it all. It's nothing you do that is not challenging. We have opportunity to be vast, you're open-minded, and like what you said, more important, it's a gift. Some people, look at Frank Donga, for example. You men looking at him, you're laughing. Some people are gifted. It is a gift, it's effortless. In fact, they know jokes, they pick it. Some people don't see it, they can't pick it. So for those that are gifted and keep developing themselves, it comes, it keeps coming. And you see yourself more, not just as a comedian, as a messenger. Yeah. So you are passing a message across. So whenever things happen in the society, look at stuff that happen in the country, you have your own way, subtle way of using humor to deliver such a message.
Okay, we don't have all the time, but let me ask about collaboration. Now, you talked about exporting what we have in here. You've traveled across across the continent and all of that. Are there any collaborations? Are there any meetings? Even if it's not necessarily meaning, you know, performing on the stage of Eddie Murphy or any of those guys, but are there any?
Sure. There are a lot, like for me, there are a lot I'm working